Hi everyone, this is Adonis Anastasiou, and I would like to welcome you to this presentation on how social media can increase your sales. So if you're really looking to find ways to increase your sales, then just pay close attention to this presentation. First of all, let me say a few things about me. Even though my friends are calling me Richard Gere, my name is Adonis Anastasiou. I'm the founder of Adonis Business Academy, and I have studied at California State University. Now, the most important thing that I have to mention here is that I have been training people, helping companies to promote their services or products through social media. And that's how I get the opportunity to realize how social media actually works and what can generate sales and what cannot generate sales. So everything that I'm teaching or everything that we're applying to our business or to our clients is based on actual research, is based on what we have tried so far and it worked. So it's not based on just theories and and stuff that we hear or we see on YouTube. It's based on actual actions that we took and generated results. But most of all, I like happy and smiling people. So if you just put a smile on your face, I'm sure you're going to enjoy more this presentation. So let's start with tip number one, which is in social media, you have to think and act different. Now, Steve Jobs, I remember Steve Jobs' presentation on how to brand Apple, and he said that people don't care about product features, they care about ideas, they care about values. That's how he came up with the idea of think different. Okay, and actually, this is a picture from that branded video of Apple that was, it was an attribute to the people who are thinking different, like Mahatma Gandhi, Albert Einstein, and many others. Okay, so I'm borrowing that think different from Steve Jobs, but I'm also adding think and act different. There is such a noise out there in social media. There are thousands, millions of posts and tweets and videos. So how do you get people's attention? By thinking and acting differently. That's why Lady Gaga show up in a meeting, in an award ceremony, wearing a meat on her face. So if you think and act different on social media, you're gonna grab people's attention. Because if you don't grab people's attention, if they don't know about your product and services, then you're not gonna make any sales. So you have to start thinking and act differently. Okay. So don't just compete, competition best serves the needs of the society, not the needs of your business. So in order to stand out, you should always think, how can I be different? How can my brand be different by all other brands? What can we do in order to get people attention? So don't just do the same, post that your competitors are doing. Do things in a different way. Do something unique. Do something different. That's how you're going to break the noise. Okay. So instead of just going and looking what your competitors are doing, just go and do something different, something out of the ordinary. Do something that people will get the opportunity to talk about. Now, one of the various types of posts out there are the entertaining posts, posts that make people laugh. So if you get a really good entertaining post, that's how you're going to get a chance your post to become viral. Usually, fun and entertaining posts can become viral. It's a little bit difficult, but if it's really good and it's related to your line of business, then you might get the chance to be viral. But not just only the fun and entertaining. It can be an engaging post where you ask questions, or it could be an educational post where you showcase, you explain to your potential customers. You give them valuable information. Those types of posts can get viral, and when it becomes viral, then you're going to get all that free exposure, and more people are going to know about your product, about your services, or even about your business. So start from today, and I want you to go down and drill and find ways to distinguish yourself from all the other competitors out there. So I want you to write down a few ideas that comes into your mind about thinking and acting differently. I'm sure you had some ideas in your mind about thinking and acting different, but you didn't apply them because you were skeptical that maybe this is something that your potential customers are not going to like. But just write it down and execute it, do it. Here I want to share a little story with you. Maybe a few of them might know that story. It was about the Eiffel Tower in Paris. They were thinking to build the Eiffel Tower back in the 1800s, a few of the artists and a few of the architects says, oh, we don't want that building, that Eiffel Tower to be built in Paris. It will be an abomination. It will turn away tourists. Nobody wants the Eiffel Tower. Why you're building it? And they get all that bad criticism. But guess what? Eiffel Tower is standing tall, and it's there, and it's one of the most iconic monuments of the world, and it attracts so many tourists in Paris because they want to see the Eiffel Tower. So you have to be different. You have to act and think different on social media. So to get people's attention, and that's how they're going to know about your product and services, and then they can buy. Because if they don't know about your product or services, they're not going to buy. If they know about your product and services, at least you have a chance, okay? So when you're going to start thinking and acting different on social media, of course, some haters are going to come and they're going to tell you, this is bullshit. What are you doing? You crossed the line or whatever. But guess what? Remember those critics of the Eiffel Tower and just move on with your strategy of thinking and acting differently. That's how Apple became Apple, because they think and act differently. Tip number 2, omnipresence. You have to be on all social media, or at as many social media as you can at all times. That's what omnipresent is all about. Omnipresent, it means you have to be in all social media at all times. That's how, again, as I said, you're gonna get your product and services out there. More and more people are gonna know about your services. So if you're using just Facebook, and Instagram, start posting on LinkedIn. If you're not making videos on YouTube, start making videos on YouTube. If you don't have a presence on Pinterest, start on Pinterest. Get an account on TikTok, and just get to as many social media as you can, because omnipresent will get of course, the attention of your potential customers, but it's gonna get you that maximization of exposure. And when you get that maximum exposure, that's when sales are gonna start coming in. So omnipresent, that's my second tip. Now, my third tip is the market pyramid. We have to have in mind that only 0.5 to 3% are actually of your potential customers are actually going to buy your product or service. So for example, if you're selling, let's say, um, furniture, okay, and your target market is, like, let's say, your city, people from your city between the age 25 and over, okay, that's your target market. Now, if we had a magic wand and we can communicate or contact all those people within your city, okay, only 0.5 to 3% are going to be interested and actively looking to buy furniture. That is why when you're making posts on social media, you don't get any sales, because if you just put posts on Facebook and on Instagram and you don't reach your whole target market, sales are not going to come in because only 0.5 to 3% are actually looking and actively going to buy what you're selling. And it doesn't mean that 0.5 to 3% are going to buy from your store. They're just going to actively looking to buy a sofa, but they might buy the sofa from another furniture store. Okay, that's why you need omnipresent. That's why you have to get massive exposure because only 0.5 to 3% are buying now. In addition to that, there is a 7% of people within your target market that they are thinking about buying, the type of products that you're selling. So again, that's why you have to have massive exposure. So the people who are thinking about it and they might gonna come, they might going to actually buy it, what they're looking for after 3 months or 4 months. Then if they know about your product or service, you're gonna get them as well. At least you're gonna get a chance to sell to them as well. If you don't have a massive exposure, if you don't have omnipresence, if you're not different, if you don't get their attention, then most probably they're not going to buy from you because they don't know you. Okay. In addition to that, there is a 20%, the 20% of your target market, they don't think about it, but if they see a post in social media about your product or service, they might, read it or, they might take a look at it. Those are the people who might have a problem, they might have a wish to buy a new sofa, but their sofa is still okay, Something got their attention, they click on your ad or they see your video, but they're not there yet. They're not quite there to buy the product yet. They might buy after 6 months or even a year. That's why, again, you have to be out there at all times. Now, you have to remember this 70% of your target market, okay, no matter how good your advertisements are, no matter how good is your pricing policy, no matter how good is your video, your advertisement, 70% they don't even care about your products because maybe they just bought, a sofa. So if you're a furniture store and you're selling sofas, if someone just bought a sofa, he's not interested to buy another sofa. That's why they're not interested. But those people are not interested at the moment. So if someone bought a sofa just now, he's not interested to buy another sofa, maybe for the next 4 to 5 years. Okay. So again, you have to make massive exposure, omnipresent, be out there, be different, but it's also really, really important to spend money on advertising. That's how you're going to reach the maximum exposure. If you're trying to make sales by, organic posts and you're not willing to invest in advertising, then just forget about maximizing sales. Now, can you even name a big company, a huge company, or a company that makes sales that don't spend money on advertising? I don't know anyone. Maybe you know, but it's only a few companies. Now, the companies that make the money are the companies that spend more money on advertising. So you have to spend money on advertising if you want to increase your sales. And of course, you have to measure the return on investment. So isolate how much money you're spending on Facebook, and then go and check out how many sales you get from Facebook. Isolate the money that you're spending on Instagram, and then isolate the sales that you're getting from Instagram. That's how you're going to find out where you should be continuing spending your money. So start investing money on advertising. Tip number 4. Now, we said you have to spend money on advertising, but you have to set your ads correctly. So stop boosting your posts on Facebook and Instagram. Go and set up your ads the correct way, which is the way you have to pay per click, okay, or pay per lead. Don't spend your money boosting your post because as we saw from the market pyramid, 70% of the people who are watching your ads right now, if you just post an ad, they don't care about your product and services. So why spending money for the 70%, 20%, and 7%? Start spending money, start investing your ads on advertising, but pay per click. Because if you pay per click, everybody in your target market is going to see your ads, but you only gonna pay when someone click on your ad. And someone to click on your ad, that means he has an interest. That's why the click-through rate, the percentage of people clicking on ads, it's only 0.5 to 3%, because those are the people who are actively looking to buy something. Of course, you might get some people from the 7%, but why spending your money boosting posts, getting, that, of course, you get exposure, but you don't get any traffic to your website, you don't get any leads. So set up your ads correctly and start spending money through PPC, pay-per-click, or pay-per-lead. And Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Google Ads, all those platforms has a way to set them correctly. You have to do, of course, the right training, okay? Now, here's an example where even Facebook is doing pay-per-click advertisement in Google. So if you search for Facebook ads, as you can see here, that's an advertisement of Facebook doing a pay-per-click advertisement in Google. So even Facebook is investing in Google paying per click, okay? So if you want to spend money on Facebook, again, as we said, invest your money and set up your Facebook ads and your Instagram ads and pay per click, and don't just boost them, because if you boost your post, you're going to pay per impression, which means you're going to pay because people saw your advertisement, not necessarily interested to buy your product. Tip number 5, engage with your audience, which means you have to ask them questions. If they ask you questions, reply back to them. Put like 4 different types of products and ask them which one they like, best. Or put the same product, but with, 5 different colors and ask them which one, like best, which one is their favorite color for your product. So ask them questions. That's the major way to engage with your audience. So go and ask questions on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. But when they're gonna reply back to you, you have to acknowledge that. So you can ask them even more questions. Why do you like? Okay, if you put, let's say, your product with 5 colors, and someone says to you, and your question might be, okay, which one is your favorite color? Someone says, okay, I prefer this red sofa. Then you can go and ask, okay, which one is your second favorite one? So you keep the engagement, because social media, it's all about being social, okay? So engage with your audience. That's how you're gonna get their attention. That's how they can recall your brand, and that's how you're gonna get more sales. Which gets me to tip number 6. If you want to increase your leads, you have to start giving gifts. But you don't just give gifts by creating competition, like and share, and you're gonna get a competition. You tell them, if you want to get into a competition to win a sofa, okay, since we're talking about sofas, then you have to like and share the post, okay, but also you have to complete the form about the competition of winning a sofa. Okay, so if you give them gifts, always remember to give you in exchange their contact information, and that's how you're going to start building your lists. That's how you're going to start getting leads from social media. And there are 3 levels of gifts. Okay, now the first level is just what do I say? The first one, which is completely free, where they ask them to fill a form. You make a post on social media, you tell them, just go, have a great ebook on interior design. If you like it, just go to the following page, complete the form, and you're gonna automatically receive that free book on interior design. Okay. The second level is where we said free after competition, which means, we have a free sofa, we're giving a free sofa at the end of the month. If you want to be, participate in the draw, just click the link below. You're gonna take them to a specific form where they fill their contact information, and that's how they enter, the draw to win a sofa at the end of the month. That's the second level. And the third level of gifts you can give is like voucher, discount vouchers. So for example, if you buy the sofa, you're gonna get like 100 euros voucher where you can spend it on any other, interior accessories or any other, accessories for the home. So you induce them to buy something. So there are three levels of gifts that you can give, so you can get more leads and then you ultimately get more sales. That's my presentation for now. Don't forget to connect with me at social media. Adonis Anastasiou, as I said, is my name, and I have a Facebook profile, Facebook page, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. So everybody's welcome to join me. Drop me a point that you find where you find this presentation, and I'm going to reply back to you. Yes, I'm keeping my promises. I reply back to every single comment that I get on social media. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.